It's story time. Little Red Riding Hood. Once upon a time, in the middle of a thick forest, stood a small cottage, the home of a pretty little girl known to everyone as Little Red Riding Hood. One day her mommy said to her, "Grandma is ill. Take her this basket of cakes, but be very careful. Keep to the path through the wood and don't ever stop. That way you will come to no harm." "Don't worry," she said. "I'll run all the way to Grandma's house without stopping." The little girl made her way through the wood, but she would soon forget her mother's wise words. "What lovely strawberries! All so red! Yummy! Just another one, and one more. This is the last. Mmm." Then Little Red Riding Hood saw a butterfly and started to chase her. "I'll catch you! I'll catch you!" she called. Suddenly, she saw some large daisies in the grass. In the meantime, two wicked eyes were spying on her from behind the tree. "Where are you going, my pretty girl, all alone in the woods?" "I'm taking Grandma some cakes. She lives at the end of the path," said Little Riding Hood in a faint voice. When he heard this, the wolf, for it was Big Bad Wolf himself, politely asked, "Does Grandma live by herself?" "Oh yes," replied Little Red Riding Hood, "and she never opens the door to strangers." "Goodbye. Perhaps we will meet again," replied the wolf, and then he looked away thinking to himself, "I'll gobble the grandmother first, and then the grandchild." Knock, knock. The wolf rapped on the door. "Who's there?" cried Grandmother from the bed. "It's me, your niece. I've brought you some cakes because you're ill," replied the wolf, trying hard to hide his gruff voice. "Lift the latch and come in," said Grandma. The wolf leaped across the room and in a single mouthful swallowed the old lady. Soon after, Little Red Riding Hood tapped on the door. "Grandma, can I come in?" she called. The wolf had put on Grandma's shawl and cap and slipped into the bed. "Open the latch and come in," said the wolf. "Oh, what deep voice you have," said the little girl in surprise. "The better to greet you with," said the wolf. "Goodness, what big eyes you have." "The better to see you with." "And what big hands you have," exclaimed Little Red Riding Hood, stepping over to the bed. "The better to hug you with," said the wolf. "Oh, what a big mouth you have," the little girl murmured in a weak voice. "The better to eat you with," growled the wolf, and jumping out of bed he swallowed her too. Then, with a fat, full tummy, he fell asleep. In the meantime, a hunter had emerged from the wood, and noticing the cottage, he decided to stop and ask for a drink. He had spent a lot of time trying to catch a large wolf that had been terrorizing the neighborhood. He peered through the window and saw the large wolf himself with a fat, full tummy snoring away in Grandma's bed. "The wolf! He won't get away this time." Without making a sound, the hunter carefully loaded his gun and gently opened the window. He pointed the barrel straight at the wolf's head and told him to spit out whatever he had inside his stomach. And so he did. Grandma and Little Red Riding Hood were finally out, safe and unharmed. Then the huntsman knocked out the wolf and took him deep into the forest, where he wouldn't harm people anymore. To support us, please subscribe to Storytime.